Hello guys, this is Avcoor and I want to talk about Barrett Wallace. Barrett Wallace is actually one of my favorite characters in the game, and he's the reason why I really got into Final Fantasy. Not this game, but Final Fantasy VII itself. I got into Final Fantasy VII and started playing Squaresoft games because first I saw Cloud and I was like, man, oh man, this is like another game. And then like my friend, he actually had the game guide. Back in the day, like you didn't go on the internet to find out about like secrets and stuff. He had the game book. And honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I really didn't read the game book. I really didn't read the game book until much later when I missed all the secrets in the game. I missed everything. So I went back and read the gaming manual. But the first thing that piqued my eye was Barrett. And I was like, wow, who is this guy? If you looked at Barrett back then, he was like totally misshapen. He had a big bulky body and a big arm. And I was just, it was just a blast. Once I started playing Final Fantasy, I really started to like enjoy the game mechanics. But Barrett was the thing that introduced me to the game. He was the reason why I got into playing RPGs in the first place. So for me, when I started to play Final Fantasy Ever Crisis, my goal was to like build Barrett and see how far I could take him. But there's a couple of things I want to go in on this character overview. I want to show you that Barrett Wallace is actually an amazing character on this game. He's just as good, if not better, than his original concept. Of course, I'll say this. You're gonna have to it's gonna take some time for you to really unlock his potential. There's a couple of reasons why that is. First of all, Barrett is very dependent on his costumes. He draws his strength from his costumes, and he was blessed to get two amazing costumes that really put him on the start of being an amazing character. So let's talk about these costumes for a second. Fiery Cape, for what it's worth, even though it's a cheap costume, I use my voucher ticket to get it. It's it's doing a lot for Barrett, and you wouldn't think about it at first. But Fiery Cape is where I started in this game and learning about the mechanics of the game, because you're getting two great R abilities: boost defense and boost HP. Boost defense is not as potent as boost HP, but the combination of both of them are good. Boost HP is core to who Barrett is, because Barrett has a natural high HP stat already, and Fiery Cape allows you to build on top of that. It allows you to increase his HP to levels such as this. Like, he sits at 3,509 HP with this setup. And this is not even his best costume. Like, this is garbage. Our Avalanche leader's garbage. But Fiery Cape, it gets better. And that's what you have to realize. Bear is meant to take hits. He's a very tanky character. He is not as tanky as Lucia, as she has more HP mods and access to more HP boosting than he does. But unlike her, he comes with a very meaty attack stat, both on the physical attack and the magical attack stat. So there are some cases where I do build him to use magic, and he's capable of doing that. 937 is not bad, uninvested. I don't invest into his magic attack, but it sits at a very nice 937. I can build into that, and I can take it higher. And I'm going to show you that with his costume. So when you look at his better costume, scrap armor. Scrap armor is something new that they put into the game. Scrap armor was not supposed to be the armor, I don't think, but I know that this is one of the changes that they made. They made a couple of changes with Barrett's character, and this is the first part that we'll go into. Scrap armor is actually pretty potent. It does take down his power because you drop his HP by like almost 600, like 500 something points of HP. But in turn, he gets a massive amount of attack, and his magic attack becomes feasible now as you have the foundation in order to build into his magical attack. This is his best costume, and it makes him a very strong DPS, one of the strongest DPSs in the game. Because what this costume is doing is it's giving you boost attack, which boost attack actually increases your physical attack and a magical attack. And he's also getting boost physical attack, which is actually increasing your physical attack. That's why his attack stat actually skyrockets from for 1,249 to 1,405. That's how powerful scrap armor is. We haven't really seen this yet. We're probably gonna see it on Sephiroth. So hopefully they give him some HP, but we're probably gonna see this setup where he gets boost attack and boost physical attack, and that's gonna take his attack to frightening levels, way beyond what Cloud can achieve. And that's what Barrett can do. People kind of like sleep on Barrett, but he is one of the best characters in the game for the simple fact that he gets access to a costume that not only boosts his physical attack, but it also boosts his magic attack and a secondary boost to his physical attack. Although with this, it's only 5 points, and with boost physical attack, it's actually 20 points, which is absolutely insane. And once you start to build on top of this, his attack goes up really high. So we're at this point where we have to talk about a weakness in Barrett. Barrett needs his costume to be the best he can be. Without this costume, he is lacking. Without his secondary costume, he is lacking. You have to get his costumes in order to get the most out of this character. That's something I want to tell you as we go into this video, that this character is highly dependent on his costumes. Highly, more so than even Cloud. But they make him incredibly strong. And that's just the way things go. So when we look at weapons, you're looking at Heavy Hauser. Heavy Hauser is the best weapon in the game for Barrett. Barrett needs Heavy Hauser in order to perform at his maximum potential. Without Heavy Hauser, I hate to say this, he is severely lacking. Excuse me. So what is Heavy Hauser doing for this guy? It's giving him boost attack. It's giving him boost ability potential as well. Boost ability potential is really strong on Barrett because once your attack stance hits max potential, you actually get an increase in ability damage. So when you use your skills, you get an 8% increase on that damage, and that's really potent. That's really potent. It allows him to do amazing amounts of damage. And it gets this meaty 20 points boost attack when you invest into it. At first, you will not get that many, but the boost that you get initially is enough to start you on your path. And Pyro Ball actually does 600 physical non-elemental damage to a single target with a crit rate of 10%. That is a lot of damage. It's not as high as Tifa. They showed Tifa some mad love, giving her 960 multiplier on her attack. I don't know where that came from, but it's still good. And it layers on top of his already high offensive potential. And this is even better. He gets physical attack boost on both of his material slots, which is really good. So when we talk about his material slots, you're going to want to put physical attack damage material in those two slots so you can get the most out of it. And he does get sigil boost. This is actually really good on Barrett as it makes him a great sigil breaker. When you actually do the +2, it's kind of more in-game content, but that's where I'm at right now, and it's showing this overall potential. So Heavy Hauser is the first weapon that you want on this guy. The second weapon that you want on this guy is actually War Machine. So why do I say that? War Machine actually gives him a solid, consistent debuff. Quick Burst was changed from the original concept in beta. In beta, like when we used to fire this thing, it used to hit everybody, and you had an AB of two. I thought that was super great. That was super great. Like you don't understand how potent this was, but I guess the devs figured that that was too much. That made him really really busted. However, they kind of like augmented it, so it's okay. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's still good. The potency is mid, and it used to be high, so yeah, they nerfed it. They nerfed this a little bit, but it's still his best, second best weapon because you're getting the boost physical attack, which you're looking for. You're looking for the boost physical attack, so it stacks on top of his weapon, on top of his costume, and you start to build that strong stat line that allows him to be a really great physical DPS. The boost lightning resistance is kind of like meh. I'm not really crazy about it. And you don't have to worry about this if you have Heavy Hauser, but he does get physical attack boost on all three of his slots, which is not as great as it sounds because you want a little versatility in your material slots because you don't want to have only physical attack material. You may want Cure in there. You may want a Sigil Break in there. So I don't think that that's that great. I don't think it's that good on War Machine. But War Machine is a secondary weapon, so it's not you're not going to be using those slots. If you properly build Barrett, it'll be Heavy Hauser and War Machine. So you don't really have to worry about that. You really don't have to worry about that. But yeah, that's the type of setup that you want on his weapon. This is the costume you want. And these are the two weapons that you want. And for his limit break, grenade bomb is serviceable for right now. You do want to move to mind blow as it does deal debuffs, and debuffs are really great in game content. So that's what you're looking for. But for right now, when you're on a stream budget, grenade bomb it works just fine. It's good. There's nothing wrong with that. I use it all the time, and I have no like worries. But when we look at sub equipment is where you really want to get particular with Barrett. Like I put Apology in Hell to give a more boost attack because it layers onto his costume, and that's good. I did Gatling Gun in order to give him some HP because HP is always good. And I use his Solid Bazooka to give him more HP, which is always good. But this can actually change, and you can actually see his attack stat go up. So let's just, for right now, go and put some attacking gear on him. Let's put Apocalypse because you get boost attack. Let's put. Let's see what else we have here that has boost attack on it. Let's see. Let's use filter. I gave all right. So let me see. What's another thing that has boost attack on it? Let's just that has boost attack. We'll bring it back. So now you're looking at 1,462 attack, which is not bad, but his HP drops to 2,550. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's not good enough. You're going to want to hit 3,000 or close to 3,000 HP with Barrett. So that's just not good enough. And that's not something that you want. So we're going to put boost HP back on him. So we're hitting 2,990. And let's put Gatling gun back on him. All right. Oh, yeah, it doesn't put him over. Oh, so I made a mistake right here. So let's look at our abilities real quick. I made a mistake. Because when we look at boost HP, he needs 3. So that's so this won't do anything. So we can actually just put in a we can just actually just put an attack. I made a mistake, guys. I made a mistake. I can actually put an attack one on. So let's just put this on because that's not gonna do it. And yeah, that's really good. So yeah, I made a mistake there because it's not enough because this is half. So the R abilities are in half. So that wasn't enough to push him over so he can get into the 3,000 bin. But that's okay. That's good enough. This actually is enough HP, but we're gonna want to hit 3,000, especially when you get into the 8,000 something power range or 9,000 something power range. You're gonna want to hit. You're gonna want to hit 3,000 HP because the enemies are so strong. So I'm gonna actually have to tweak my Barrett a little bit more in order to hit that HP threshold because of the content that he's in. But this is fine. So let's go back to main equipment and let's look at his little rune slots right now. So here's the question: what do you want to put into his rune slots? For me, I put circle rune blow here because this is sigil boost. So I use a circle rune slot. I use physical. I always use a blow material. If I really need it, I'll use a magic material. But since I've been like getting recipes and stuff, I've been trying to move him over to use the physical attack materials. And I always carry Cure. I always carry Cure on Barrett because Barrett has a very strong AI. And you actually can utilize his AI better than most. That's why I hate when people pass over Barrett. When you look at how he functions in battle, when you look at how the AI actually uses Barrett, you're going to realize that Barrett's one of the best characters in the game when it comes to just functional use. The AI will actually use Quick Burst, Pyro Ball. Depending on the element, they'll use the elemental attack, like they'll use Blizzard Blow, and when the sigil comes, they'll use the rune blow. And Cure does 2 things. Cure eats up a slot so the AI doesn't get confused with what it should be doing. You don't want more than 4 attacking skills on a unit. You actually just want 4. You want the 2 command abilities. You want an elemental ability and you want a sigil ability. And that allows you to control and use the AI to your best ability. And when you look at it, I'm going to show you real quick. We're going to take this guy into just one little fight, and you're going to see how well the AI actually functions. And you're going to appreciate Barrett a little more. So let's do that. So we're going to have Cloud as our leader. We're going to use Aerith as our healer. And we're going to use Barrett as our second damage dealer. So we're going to carry him into some mild content. Let's carry into some mild solo content. Enhancement quests. Yeah, let's go to there. We can do synthesis quests because that'll show off like him using his element. So what? Fire? Is that what we're trying to do? Fire? Yeah, fire uses blizzard. Okay, so then we can do this. So we're not going to be able to use the circle sigil, but that's fine. We're going to actually give him triangle. And we're just going to give him a triangle blow. We're actually going to give him Runar blow. And Cloud already has blizzard on him. And he just needs a triangle attack. Alright, so she's already prepared. Oh, she needs ice on her. Does she have ice on her? Yeah, she's got ice. Alright, so everybody's ready to go. You're actually going to see the fact that Barrett actually has a very strong AI. One of the better AIs that I've played with. Aerith is actually a good AI. I think Cloud has the worst AI to deal with. Zack. Cloud and Zack, you actually want to pilot them because they're very offensive characters. You want to pilot them, but you don't have to pilot Barrett. That's what makes him good. You don't have to pilot Barrett at all. Barrett's going to do what he needs to do. See, you don't need to pilot Barrett at all, period. I'm actually going to let this dude do a little bit of work. His attack is pretty solid, so you don't have to worry about him, like, squandering his attacks. So now we're going to get to the boss. You're going to see him put in some real work. This defense down is actually super useful. Oh, what the hell? Well, let's go ahead and kill this cactuar real quick. And this is why you need HP, because of garbage like that. Alright. Yeah, we're almost done with you, buddy. But understand something about Pyro Burst. It does take time to charge, like much like Cloud's weapon, like Thunderstrike. It does take time. It's a how many slots does it take up? It's like a 4-slot weapon. So keep that in mind that sometimes Barrett will go slow and then he'll go fast. That's why the AI is good at switching between the defense debuff and Pyro Burst. And you'll see in this battle that he'll actually use Pyro Burst, even though he has Blizzard. And that's a good thing because Pyro Burst does really good damage. So he should be doing his debuff soon. Oh, he did Blizzard Blow? So of course they're all doing Ruin Burst. And that's why you kind of want it to have your ruins lines up. Because everybody will use it. Let's have her heal. Ah, crap. The AI doesn't want to heal. Alright, so we're actually going to have to... She's probably dead, almost. Alright, so we're going to heal now. I messed that up, guys. I was supposed to have that healing a little sooner. Alright. So we should be good for a little bit. Because you get a regen on that. Oh, he's just doing Blizzard Blow. Yeah, he's just doing Blizzard Blow now. That's weird. He didn't do one defense down. He just did Blizzard Blow. Huh. That's weird to me. Well, we'll have to do another showcase because usually he actually alternates between Blizzard Blow, Pyroblast, and Burst. So I guess it's a different type of opponent. Hmm. So I'll have to check that out, guys. And now my phone's going slow. Whatever. Yeah, it's going super slow. Yeah, it's going super slow. Well, let's talk about my final thoughts on this character because for some reason he just did Blizzard Blow. He just Blizzard Blowed his butt off. We're gonna actually have to tweak his AI, which you can basically only do with skills or your stances. Because usually he actually skillfully alternates between Pyroblast. Maybe I shouldn't have done it on the elemental enemy. Next time we'll have a better showcase of that. But without question, though, without question, I will say this about Barrett. He's one of the better characters in the game. And I am so glad, as a fan, as someone who actually grew up playing Final Fantasy, I am so glad. I am so glad they made him solid. I don't know how long they're gonna keep him at the top. They're probably gonna Sephiroth's probably gonna knock him down to A. I know Aerith and Cloud are there forever. They're S tier characters forever. But for right now, Barrett is an S tier character, and I'm absolutely satisfied with that. I'm absolutely satisfied with that. I am so glad that they made Barrett an S tier character. And in the next videos, I'll always show you how well he performs because I am a huge fan of Barrett. I love his story. I love his everything. And I know that nerfs are coming because you already see that they're actually setting up Cloud to be like the best character in the game. Even when Sephiroth comes, the fact that they elementally align Cloud to certain enemies makes him very, very, very potent. Cloud is a very potent unit. We'll talk about him in another video, but Cloud is an extremely potent unit. But for right now, Barrett is keeping up, and I am so glad that he is. I am so glad. So I want to dare hear that I spent money to get this character. So don't think there's no Barrett fans out there. There's Barrett fans out there. There's Barrett fans out there, guys. But anyways, if you like my content, hit the like, share, subscribe button. I'll get back to you. Have a great day and goodbye.